When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
Just about 1 month ago, on August 27th, 13-year-old Nathan Macameau was killed crossing a highway in the town of Amos. That's almost a 7-hour drive from Montreal in northwestern Quebec, north of Rouyn-Noranda. The accident happened after he stepped off a school bus and crossed a 2-lane highway. It was his first time taking the bus, and now his family is calling for Quebec school bus rules to change. We welcome Rose-Marie Paradis onto the program, Nathan Macameau's aunt. Rose-Marie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
You and your family, of course, have our condolences here. Let's start off by talking about Nathan. What should our listeners know about your nephew, Nathan?
He was a sweetheart. He was so good with people. He always talked the best of everyone. And he wanted the best for society in general. He was liking the animals a lot, and he was talking of the environment, and he was trying to make the best of what the time he had.
Take me to the day when this accident happened. What can you tell our listeners about the day of this horrific accident?
Yeah, so it was the first time he was taking the bus this year because he was with his father the week before. So it was not the first day of school, but the first day of taking the bus. He didn't take it in the morning either. It was the first time. So he was going back to his mom. And here we don't have, like, it's a very big place. So people are usually a lot of kilometers from their school. Mm-hmm. So it is like maybe 6 to maybe 8 kilometers from the school. So they have to take the bus. They can't walk or take the bike or anything because it's far and the roads are not really made for that. So he could have stayed in the bus, and like when the bus would have been back on the other side, he could have taken the bus. He could have get off the bus on the right side, mm-hmm. but he wanted to save like 20 minutes. So they don't need to ask the parents or anything if they are fine with that. The child at 13 can decide to get off the bus. I was told that also, like the 5th grader are allowed in some schools to decide to get off the bus on the wrong side of the road.
Okay, so this is something I want to reiterate for our listeners here, right? So the child, your Nathan, is let off the bus. You know, he's let off on a road which is also a 90 kilometer per hour highway, and to save 20 minutes, right? He gets off on the wrong side and will take the risk of crossing that 2-lane highway. This is where the accident happens. Yes. You know, obviously, Rose-Marie, you know, for our listeners, we're in Montreal. You know, we're thinking about our school zones, 30 kilometers per hour, very dense, mm-hmm. right? And so why don't we just talk about, just living in Amos and how things are different, right? Well, you mentioned everyone's far away from everything. You've got to be in a car and that kind of stuff. That is something that maybe some of our listeners don't understand how that works.
Yeah, so we have like in the city itself, like it's a small city. I think we are 10,000 people, and that embraces all the villages that are considered to be in Amos because it's agglomeration. I'm not sure if it's the right word. Yeah, an agglomerate.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we have all those little village, and between the villages, it will be at 70, 90, sometimes 80, depending on how many curves there are and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we have really, really long stretch of road that are usually the people's home, like those roads. A lot of houses on them, and then you have the villages, and you have I'm not sure what the English word, but the rang. It's usually like dirt roads
Yes, yes. Like,
So
yeah, the lanes or but I understand that all. Yes.
yeah. So those ones are maybe at 70, sometimes at 50, but the high roads are the more like the 117 and stuff like that are between big cities. They are all the time at 90, sometimes 80 when there are areas with more curves. But so everyone is like living far from the the school, and there's a few people that are directly in the city, and the school zone will be. We won't make all the city a school zone, so obviously, like we have all the schools in the same area, so those areas are at 30, but when you get out of that area, it's 50, and then the big roads are 90.
High speeds. And now, in light of this, the tragic death of Nathan, your family has created Projet Nathan. Can you tell our listeners what that is?
Yeah, so we want to change the laws because there's a few things that could have prevented that accident. So it's surely the responsibility of car drivers as well. But if someone can become sick and have like a heart attack or something in their car, so we have also a proposition for the ministry to change things. Like we want to have it's a metal bar that opens on the other side of the road, so like people would be a bit stopped by it or at least see it faster. And we want for sure the child to get off the bus on the right side. We don't think that children should be evaluating the risk because they don't even drive yet. They have no idea how people are on the road and how everything goes fast. They see us in front of the car driving and sometimes complaining, but they never experience the road themselves. So I don't think they're mature enough to decide that it's a road that is safe, at least at those speeds. We think 70 and more should be on the right side.
Can I ask you? Can I just ask you if the driver that hit Nathan was should he have been stopped? Was he doing something?
We don't have all the information yet because the coroner and the police is still doing things like checking what happened. But I can tell you that the lights of the bus and the stop sign were out, so you should have seen it. And the driver of the bus also hit the horn, so they try to warn the person coming in.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people like on the Projet Nathan, the group. We let the parents speak and give us their testimony, and we have a lot of people saying that people are passing on the signs and lights all the time. They take the chance when the bus is coming to the stop, and they're like, "Oh, I have the time and everything." There's a lot of parents that worry.
We spoke to a school bus driver in Montreal last week, and they said the same thing. They are seeing too much risky, dangerous behavior from drivers. Rose-Marie, listen, just because I have to end the interview here, but I want to point out that Nathan, his organs were donated, his heart valves were donated. Does that bring you and your family any sort of comfort that Nathan was able to give, even in his death?
Yeah, he became our hero, and he decided to sign his own card. That's not like the parents who decided to consent to it. Nathan, as soon as he had his card and could sign it, he asked about it and decided that if something happened to him, he should try to help people with that. So we are very proud of that little guy he was.
Rose-Marie, thank you for your time. My heart is with you and with your family. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
That is Rose-Marie Paradis, Nathan Macameau's aunt.